All right. So how y'all feeling? Y'all feeling good?
Good.
All right. That's what's up. This what's up. This what's
Real
up.
quick, let me go get some water. Is that cool? Oh, you already started.
All right. Nah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Oh man. Yeah. Lay Ill Kid at OneYoungsta, holding it down, bringing that street geek and nerd soul. What is up, my people? Today, all year, coming with another wonderful episode of That's Right Specials plus on screen. We getting into some Cobra Kai love, but I am not by myself. I'm joined by some awesome gentlemen right here. You know him from properties such as Hot Shot, properties such as Vigilance, the one, the only, Mike Watson. Tell him what's up.
Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate the introduction.
Oh man, yeah, freestyle comics, all that stuff. Check him out. He's got some dope books. But we also have another gentleman right here in the diagonal square. Ray Comics, Alchemist just finished, or do you have a couple of days left on your Kickstarter, or is it just finished?
It finished this morning at 7:45 a.m.
Well, it's over, but you can still holler at him. He got them books. All right. TJ Sterling, what's up?
That's right. What up, y'all? Hey, it's a pleasure to be here. Can't wait to get into this crazy show we all been watching, man. It's bananas right now.
Yeah. And final square, we have the Cobra Kai supported gaming aficionado, insider, if you will, Anthony Kennedy. What's up?
I'm doing good. Glad to be back doing a nice little video with you, Mr. NERDSoul, and definitely about this series. I think this was dope, and I'm excited to talk about it with y'all.
Yeah. This what's up. So, with that said, let's go in and get it kicked off. I'm gonna just go around the horn, starting with you, Anthony. How did you get into Cobra Kai? Like, how did you first see it? What piqued your interest?
Well, without dating myself, because I'm very insecure about my age, I go back to 1984 with the first Karate Kid. I've seen that movie hundreds of times. I've seen part 2, which was at times I thought was better, but now I appreciate the first one more. Part 3, trash. So when they said, and then on top of that, for some of y'all that ain't really that hip, I go back to How I Met Your Mother when Barney retconned the Karate Kid and said that Johnny was the hero and Daniel LaRusso was the true villain. So that's when I got hyped, was like, damn, you know what? Okay. And I believe there was a YouTube video that tried to say how Daniel LaRusso was psychotic as well. I really wish I could.
Ain't nobody trying to hear that.
There was a YouTube video that justified Johnny's action and said that Daniel was the true villain of the Karate Kid. And then when they announced this, I was like, I'm all in. I am all in. When it first dropped, I watched the first 3 episodes that were free. And believe it or not, I'm one of those rare person that actually got YouTube Red, so I could watch the rest of the episodes. And then I actually signed up a year later for YouTube Premium so I could watch it the season 2.
Woo!
Yes.
Wow. They got you.
They got me twice.
Oh boy! All right. So Mike Watson, how'd you get? Because I saw your Facebook post. I was like, is he trying to come at us, Netflix folks? Is he trying to come at us, people that ain't trying to give YouTube no more money?
I'm coming at all y'all. I've been talking about this show. Been out here advocating for it. Trying to tell y'all this show is the truth. Ain't nobody want to have it. But I do feel you. Ain't nobody trying to pay for another streaming service. My situation was, we got tired of Spectrum. So we got rid of Spectrum and got YouTube TV. So we got all those channels that came with it, and YouTube Red came with that. So we was able to check it out. But I think the show's great. I think it's exactly how you revitalize something from back in our day and make it match for today's time, but still have all the lore and things that we love about it. Big Karate Kid fan back when I was a kid when it first came out, of course. I used to get picked on, man. So Mr. Miyagi was my homeboy. I was trying to wax on and wax off back in school. Try that kick that has no rhyme or reason for working.
Yeah, I was just about to ask, did any of that work for you?
Yo,
dude, that kick shouldn't work in the movies, but we let it go because it's, you want him to win.
Yo, it works because like when you set up for it, it drops the opponent's defenses because they're like, look at this stupid kick, and then you're like, oh snap, it worked. You know what I'm saying? That's how it works. Yeah, but it's probably just a one-trick pony. You can't do that again. You know what I'm saying? But the first time, like, look at this stupid kick. This ain't gonna work. And they're like, oh snap, I got caught up.
Walk right into it.
Yeah,
right into it.
I mean, straight into that joint. So, TJ, you know what I'm saying? How'd you get into Cobra Kai?
Man, I'm my pops is a big Karate Kid fan, and because my father did Taekwondo and got like a red belt or something. He did it for years and years, and then when we were young, like real young, we started karate, like around 10, 11, 12 years old. Me and my brother started karate, and he just had such a love for Asian culture and martial arts that he was like, yo, it was just his favorite movie. And yeah, I mean, I think everybody was kind of rooting, thinking like, oh man, Daniel's getting bullied, and this dude with the blonde hair is a little, American girly priss that's just bullying folks, you know what I'm saying?
Straight hater.
I don't know, like I said, I think when we watch this series, we kind of see a little different side of it. Yeah, we see a little bit of a different side of things because the tables have turned a little bit because, Daniel LaRusso now is the hater. Like, he's a legit hater on the show.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. It's kind of different. It's kind of throwing me off a little bit, but.
With good reason, and we'll get into that, but with good reason. But, we'll get into that. We'll get into that.
With good.
Okay. Yeah, with good reason.
I got to hear this.
Oh, no, yes. Let's please get into it because he does have good reason.
Yes, he does have good reason. But go ahead, TJ. I'll let TJ finish his spiel.
Nah, like I said, I think my thing is this, like, my man, he basically Cobra Kai and martial arts for Johnny Lawrence is his life. You know what I'm saying? It's the only thing that he's really, really good at. And what is it called? Danny is really good at sales. Like he has got this whole car shit down pat. He's making millions of dollars. He's good. But then he sees this cat that's like actually trying to do something different. He doesn't give him the benefit of the doubt. He just hates from the jump. And it's like, man, like, I don't want you to open a karate studio. I'm going to try to raise this rent on you. I'm going to try to completely put you out of business and just straight block his dream of running his own dojo in his own way. So to me, the real Karate Kid is a person who sticks with it and doesn't give up on it to sell cars. You know what I'm saying? Like he keeps that shit, the same energy from day one all the way until now.
I respect that. So, I respect that.
I'll get into how I got into this, and then I'll touch on the with good reason.
Yes, please.
I saw it was on YouTube, but I was like, I ain't paying for that. Then
same
a month ago or whatever, I saw it on Netflix. I was like, word, finally, now I can watch. You know what I'm saying? And
wait. I'm sorry. I got it. You're the NERDSoul, but you have a price limit. Wow.
Yeah, I'm not paying YouTube for that. No, I give enough to YouTube. YouTube makes enough off of NERDSoul already. It's not making any more. The end. So, with that said, Netflix drops it. Netflix taking it over from here because YouTube ain't know what to do with it. Now Netflix like, I got it from here. Yay, dang. You know what I'm saying? So Netflix like, yo, we got this. Now I watch it and I was like, oh snap. Everybody came back. Everybody can act. Oh snap. They putting these small little pieces and touches from the past. They're not hitting us over the head, but just small light pieces and touches showing the progression of the adults. Oh, and how it bleeds down to the children. Oh man. Oh, this show is good. So leading into why I say with good reason.
Yeah.
Johnny, if you watch that show again, bullying is not the word. Kreese taught those boys to terrorize. And at the formative years of his life, they were filled with getting punched, kicked, beat down, not only in private, but in public. So you have the humiliation plus the physical pain. That you're gonna carry that. You can't say that it's all right for someone to still be hurt about the girl that broke their heart in 8th grade, but he can't carry this. They literally tried to kill this kid. Like they was whooping him for real. Now, of course, they were being led astray by Kreese.
You put in extras on it. Come on,
bruh. The stuff they did could have gotten someone killed. Like for real. That stuff John Kreese was teaching was serious.
This is the thing I like about this show and the movies. Both perspectives are absolutely right. This is this is probably my biggest grievance in a lot of TV shows and movies that I feel like they mess up, that Karate Kid and Cobra Kai get right. If you are in the main character's perspective, whether it's Johnny or Danny, they are right. From their perspective, from the information they have, from the things that have happened to them, they are completely right on both sides. So my man is right. They tried to kill that boy.
But then you see Johnny grows up and realizes like, yo, John didn't teach us right. Maybe I can fix Cobra Kai and make it represent something better, which I don't know. We'll see, since we'll talk a little bit about, because I wanted to get into kind of our main thing for this, but we'll see. But you can see even he's like, yo, man, after he sees the other kids bullying Miguel, he's like, yo, man, look, we were pieces of poop. You know what I'm saying? What we did was foul. And, that's why he had to smack up the little kids a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because he had to put them on the right path. You know what I'm saying? But since the show is a round table, I wanted to start off.
I just think if your boy.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, TJ.
No, I was gonna say I agree with you. I just think that I was just gonna say that I feel like if Danny is supposed to be a more benevolent figure, you know, more well-rounded martial artist, a more open-minded individual, he should be like, okay, well, if you're trying to do something different, let me put my feelings aside and like actually see what this cat's about. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what I like about the struggle in this,
because I feel like that's what Mr. Miyagi would want.
Yeah, and I like that struggle that we see. We see him hopping from, okay, Johnny's not too bad. Remember when they were riding in the car? Then to like, I can't stand Johnny. Then back to like, maybe I should give him a chance. And you see him hop between, you know, that old pain that, you know, that pain is just there.
I'm sorry, I got a filibuster. All
right, go ahead.
Daniel LaRussa is a triggered, can I curse?
Nah. Try
B. He is a B. I'm saying it right now. Daniel LaRussa.
Okay.
When you see them in Cobra Kai,
yeah,
this cat won. He won. He has his health. He has a thriving dealership. He's married with a very beautiful woman for her age. I'm just saying at that age, yeah, I think a lot of men would be happy. He has 2 kids. He's raising a family. And then on top of it, so he gets triggered by Johnny starting Cobra Kai. Now, let's keep it honest. That part was maybe 4 months, a semester of high school. All of that was a semester. So he gets that triggered and gets sucked down into it. Oh, and he's like, he can't get over it. I'm like, dude, you're in your 40s. Why are you that traumatized?
Right, you won already.
What happened in a semester? Thank you. You won. And then the worst part about it, I can understand if Johnny was like some Wall Street banker, some Hollywood agent, a lawyer, some dude that was worth millions of dollars. Johnny ain't ish. He's drunk.
This is a perfect example of someone who didn't get beat up like Daniel got beat up. This show shows how trauma that you thought you dealt with can get dug up, and you're like, oh, I didn't deal with this. I forgot about it. I moved on, but I never dealt with this trauma. And once just to see the words Cobra Kai took him right back to childhood. And it's a perfect example. There's people walking around now that ain't dealt with trauma from 16, 15, 14, whatever. Yeah. It's a perfect example of that. And he's got a point to be like kind of defensive about it.
I got to hit back because what happened at the end of the first Karate Kid? Who presented the trophy? Johnny. Johnny walked over there like a man in training, and was man in training words. Well, because he's supposed to be a teenager, so man in training. But that handed him that trophy, and he was like, "You deserve it, LaRussa." Something I can't remember. And then fast forward to Karate Kid Part 3. What did we see? We saw Johnny get his butt whipped by his own sensei. He was getting choked out. So not only did you beat him on the battlefield, but then you got to witness him be embarrassed by his own sensei. So I'm thinking, to me, it's like, how did you not let that go? At that actually, it wasn't 3, it was 2. My bad.
Everybody deals with trauma completely different. And Daniel LaRusso really did go through some crap with those people. They did not have, like, we don't know the things that we know about trauma and conversations that we know now. There was no like really talking about that stuff. And Danny he's a dad. So when he sees that, it's not just a trigger of his trauma, it's oh shoot, what can that do to my kids? My kids are out here now. And now it's gonna be Cobra Kai all over again. Not on my watch.
Yep.
All I know is Cobra Kai is bad.
I gotta take care of my kids.
Now, that trauma is still his trauma, but it does get passed over. I think in his thought processes, he's trying to look out for his kids. He's trying to look out for other kids that can't do or have not done what he's done. He doesn't want them to go through that. So he masks that trauma as something that he's trying to be the protector now. He's the Mr. Miyagi. But he's got his own feelings that he hasn't dealt with.
You know, Hove did that, so you didn't have to go through that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I can accept that. You kind of got me convinced. Maybe and
Michael Watson with the amazing salt and pepper. You have a great point. You know what I'm saying?
I'll start with TJ so we can get into kind of, and what's up to the chat. E equals MCU. We got Kibi in the house. VV, what up? What up? Missed you a little earlier, but good to see you here. Big shout out to Alan Lewis if he's lurking around. We'll see. But TJ Sterling, we're here to talk about the best part. What was your best part? What do you think is the best part? What's your favorite part of this show so far? Hit us with your perspective, my young brother.
Absolutely. Shoot, man. My favorite part of the show was seeing. It's kind of crazy because, like I said, I feel like I understand why Danny felt like, yo, man, I can't let these cats come back because they're bad. But like I said, I feel like he's supposed to have he's got to the mountaintop. He's tasted victory on numerous levels. So he should have more of a Mr. Miyagi type spirit and be like, yo, let's give these guys a chance to see what's going on. But at the same time, it was kind of crazy just to me, like all of the switches that happened. Like Johnny Lawrence finds a new son and like in Miguel, and then Daniel Lawrence finds kind of like the son he always wanted, Johnny. And I thought that kind of flipped, that twist of the story was just really one of my favorite parts. And it creates so much drama and kind of suspense within the whole story itself. And then, I don't know, man, like I like Miguel's character a lot. I like continuing to watch him grow and kind of evolve throughout the series. And I actually want to see Cobra Kai. I want to see, what is it called? Johnny Lawrence win, man. I kind of want to see him get out of this hump that he's in.
And I think he's growing. I think he's growing a lot, especially seeing Kreese now. I think he's definitely seeing like we are two different people. Like we're way different.
Yeah.
Shout out to VV in the chat. Said yes.
Like
Daniel's
those dope
journey.
ass moments where.
Oh, go ahead.
Not bad. Go ahead. No, you good.
VV said Daniel's journey.
No, I was just gonna say that
Mr. M.
Yeah,
but
I feel like Johnny Lawrence.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I had a delay. My bad. Go ahead, man.
But remember, Mr. M had trauma due to the war, so that's a big deal too. That
And
go ahead.
And as we find out, leaving Okinawa as well.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That was huge. So Mike Watson, what's your favorite part of the show?
Dude, what ain't my favorite part of the show? All right, I don't know. I ain't really narrowed it down, but I definitely love. Me and TJ, we gelling. I'm digging what he's saying. I might have to stick with that. This is the one show I can't complain about when I say, "Come on, what are you doing?" Like I'm actually at home watching. Like I just want these dudes to be friends so bad.
Yeah.
It's just like I said, from both their perspectives with everything that's happened, the way it's written, they are absolutely right to feel and do the way that they are. And I normally will point that out on the show and say that's dumb. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. But it does with this show every single time. But
it's well handled.
Yeah. But definitely, I like the kids a lot, man. I love
these some great child actors.
Yeah.
Dope.
I love Daniel's daughter. I love Johnny's son. I love Miguel. Like their
Hawk,
reasoning.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh. No, I don't like Hawk.
No, I'm saying like
like
the
his
actor.
Performance, but
I like his performance.
Yeah.
I like his
actor.
swag. Hawk got swag though.
No, Hawk got issues.
Hawk got too much swag.
And Hawk is a perfect example of what happens from going from completely, just invisible almost to now this kind of peacocking, false alpha male kind of character.
Oh wow, that's a good one. Hawk is actually the what if Daniel was trained by Reese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he was a nobody. He was kind of a loser. he was picked on, and he got with Johnny, got a taste of that I guess the taste of the bad side, and then Reese just took it over the edge. For me, I don't know how far we want to get ahead, but for me,
go ahead.
Okay, cool. For me, one of the best moments in the season is when Johnny comes back after visiting the hospital, getting told off by Miguel's mother, and he's seeing all this Christ stuff going on, and he's trying to tell, okay, Reese, we're done, get out. And he went to step to Reese, and who was the one that stepped in front first? Hawk. Like, nah, you kick rocks, or you gonna have to deal with us.
Mm-hmm. So
now, do you think Johnny could have took him?
Man,
Absolutely.
come on. Easily. But
that was a very good.
He cares about those kids.
His feelings were hurt.
Yeah.
He cares about those kids. But Johnny also learned a lesson because he let a fox in the hen house. And he should have known. You know what I'm saying? He thought that his redemption was equal to Kreese's ability to redeem. Mm-hmm. And he was wrong. Very wrong.
That's so great because it really speaks on how much growth Johnny has had throughout his entire series. For him to be able to look back on that, realize what his tormentor did to him, and still be willing to work with this guy, like he just needs a chance. He just needs a chance. He needs to be awoken to it the way I was.
Yep. And then to find out. Oh, go ahead.
And I'm saying that's why I kind of have a problem with Daniel. Okay, yes, he's dealing with unresolved or untreated trauma, and he's being triggered by this. But at the same token, you guys are in your 40s. I get what happened in high school, but you guys are in your 40s. Go talk to him.
There's people in their 40s trying to be playing out their high school right now.
You know what?
Trust me.
Is so funny. That is so funny because
there's someone who is 40 on Facebook right now, lurking on someone's page saying they think they are all that. Trust me. Believe me. Someone's doing that.
I think that someone is you.
Oh yeah.
Nah, I don't care. I
just
really don't care.
Dude, that's really funny because right now, because that thing that you keep saying that you guys are in your 40, get over it, go have a conversation with them. Like I just had a conversation with my mom today about a beef that I'm having with a family member and how I refuse to go talk to them because they won't acknowledge what they did. I'm 40, I'm 38, about to be 40. This person's older than me. So beef and feelings are real. Those are real long-standing things, especially when you feel like you are justified in your feelings. When you feel like all the evidence is on your side. All the history is on your side.
Well, the thing is that how long ago did this beef with you and your relatives start or occur?
Let's say 8 years. Oh, what? Yeah, 8 years ago.
Damn, 8. Oh, damn. Messed up my whole point. Because I was going to say, like, okay, 8. I was going to say, what, 2 years versus 30. It's like, it's time to let that go. But I'm like, 8. Like, yeah, okay. But yeah. So I was like, I ain't got that point now. But to me, I just feel that with 30 years and the life that you've lived outside of that moment in high school, I just feel like you should get some perspective that, that was high school. It was effed up what you did, and I kicked your ass, but I moved on.
Now, for me, my favorite part of the show.
I think that it just with these guys, they
Oh, go ahead, TJ.
No problem. There's a little bit of pause. I was just gonna say that I think they have to be mortal enemies. You know what I'm saying? Like just the way they wrote it, it wouldn't be as exciting if these dudes weren't mortal enemies. It would, because logically speaking, you guys are absolutely right. Like after 30 years, you'd think that this is over. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they've let those feelings go. They've moved past them. But I think the most character with the most growth on this entire show is Johnny Lawrence. He has the most growth out of anybody on the show. And I think it's just interesting to watch because Danny doesn't have as much growth. I mean, I think he's trying to be like Mr. Miyagi. He's trying to get better mentally, but you're seeing like a caterpillar almost turned into a butterfly with Johnny Lawrence, which I think is kind of dope. Like he's really becoming like the sensei, you know, and inspiring a group of kids, not just one, you know.
Yeah, definitely. Now, as an action fan, my favorite part that surprised me, my favorite part about this show is the fight scenes. Now, there's no blood. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely there. You ain't gonna have no blood, no bruises. But the level of choreography on this show, especially the finale for the second season, I was like, watching it, I was like, I wonder how much time it took to get this done right. Now, there's a couple of shots where it's like, okay, that person didn't even touch that person. But this show's choreography, whenever they do like kind of group techniques, is extremely good. Like, I'm like, this actually is like done way better than some other adult shows.
And as I said, and with teenagers, which I think
it feels real. The martial arts feel very real.
Yeah.
Now, since you brought up the final fight, the thing that I like about it is how it ended, in the sense that we thought Miguel was turning to the dark side because I think he was feeling rejection from Daniel. I cannot think of his daughter's name. And then Samantha. And then a little bit of shade from Daniel as well, because you clicked up with Johnny Lawrence. I don't know if I really think you're good enough for my daughter. And then you add on the fact that Johnny's son is low-key trying to throw game at him. So there's the jealousy. And even though Samantha is acting like she doesn't want to get with him or she's not ready for that just yet, she's still kind of feeling him. So when you got to that part where Miguel had, I'm sorry, what's Johnny's son's name again?
Johnny's son? Rob.
Yeah, Johnny's son.
Or is it Robbie?
Yeah, Robbie. Yes.
Robbie.
You know, he has, you know, what he learned, Cobra Kai, never dies, no mercy, hit hard, hit first. And then he got, of course, the crease training in there, but then he stopped. And then it ends up being Robbie who decides, okay, no, I'm gonna get you. Now he could have been mad because he took the L in the with the county karate tournament, but still, it was just really interesting to see who held truer to the principle of Miyagi karate and who held to Cobra Kai. And it's kind of interesting where it becomes like bloodline, where it was Johnny's son that showed no mercy and hit, and it was the one. Go ahead. The pendulum swings a lot in this show, because for a second it seemed like Miguel was like, I'm cool, but I think Robbie looked over and saw Sam or something and was like, and woo, I don't know how he survived that, because that looked brutal.
It did look brutal, man. It hurt my heart. It hurt my heart.
That whole fight scene was kind of serious.
It was scary, man. I was like, yo, I did not see that coming at all. That was crazy.
And it was funny because the teachers was like, nah, we good. It was like,
I'm sorry.
I don't get paid enough for this.
I'm sorry. That is my gripe.
It was so,
That is my gripe. That before it really got heavy, that absolutely no teacher at all attempted to stop this, or was nowhere near it. Like, they fought for 30 minutes before a teacher came in.
Now, I will say, I've been involved with a couple altercations at school.
As have I.
And there's varying degrees. There's different teachers. Some teachers are like, and other teachers are like, hey, stop that. You know, stepping in between you. So it depends. Some teachers be like, my name Bennett, I ain't in it.
I ain't gonna lie, that would have been me. I'd be like, nah, you got this coming. You go. I ain't gonna let you get paralyzed, but I'm gonna let you take this butt with it.
Like, don't start a fight near the PE coach or the football coach, because that's getting broke up. That joint's getting broke up. But if you start the fight near the 70-year-old, AP history teacher,
Yeah.
that joint going down.
That's true. The AP English. I teach
She ain't
English.
getting in there.
I ain't physical. I call security.
Like, look, I'll call the principal's office, hit the intercom on y'all, but that's about it.
Now, I'm also terrible with names, but the one dude that joined Cobra Kai that was a grown adult, that was a clown. He was hilarious.
Your boy Stingray.
Yo,
Yeah.
what do you call himself, Scorpion or whatever?
Stingray, yeah.
Stingray, yeah. Yo, he was like, I got this. It's like, no, you're not supposed to beat up the kids.
Hilarious.
You're supposed to diffuse the situation. He was like, I got this. Bam, bam.
I mean, he went to work, man. He went to work.
Yo,
But I'm gonna keep it 100. I know a couple of us was looking at it. Yeah, kick their butts. Come on. that was kind of like our fantasy of little foul mouthed little kids that think they hard getting beat down by the old adult. I was like, yeah, go ahead.
man. I remember I was doing a summer program because I've taught after school programs, I've taught summer programs and stuff like that. And I remember this one kid. This kid got up in my face and I was just like, please, we need you to do the lesson. He was like, you don't scare me. I was like, well, I'm not trying to scare you. He was like, I'll have my brother come down here. I was like, your brother better be ready. I was like, I was trying to keep my peace, but so it just came out. I was like, your brother better be ready. I was like, because you on my last nerve and I want to beat your little butt, but can't do that. I can't do that to the kids. So I was just like, but your brother, you say your brother over 18. Look, hey.
Take it out on him.
But yeah, there are some kids that you be like, man, look, somebody need to whoop these kids.
It's a crazy flick, and it's very well put together, man. And I love that they actually showed you get the opportunity to watch them teach different types of children, and how Daniel loves to do the Mr. Miyagi way, and he's like, this is my favorite part. But it didn't work with the one kid, and he had to go about it a whole different way. He had to find Daniel's way to teach. And I thought that was really dope.
Yeah, and shouts to E equals MCU said, I'm usually not shocked, but that ending got me. Yeah, that ending was crazy because when they paused it for a second, I was like, oh yeah, he's probably going, give him some kind of, I don't know, ending, fatal blow or whatever. But I didn't expect, I thought it was going to be like something like he, knocked him out with like a overhand right or something. I don't know. But he kicked him over the railing. I was like, my dude.
Yeah.
I was like, yo. And
yeah,
the way you see the fallout from that with Miguel's mom is another part where we see kind of like the collateral damage of like Danny's wife, where it's like, yo, this is crazy. Like, this is going too far. And you got these people around them saying it's going too far. Now, you do have Miguel's mom that was against it, but then she was sort of cool when when his grandma was like, hey, let him fight or whatever. But to immediately go to like, this is your fault. It's like, well, no, I mean, weird. It's not Johnny's fault because
but
by
I want to propose something real quick.
Mm-hmm.
I want to propose that, like, think about it like this. If Danny didn't reopen his Miyagi-Do and Cobra Kai was just doing their thing, would any of that stuff happen?
No, they probably just be kind of like bullies that ran the school. Like there wouldn't be anyone to stand in their way. So I mean, in a way, it's weird. Just like perfect example, we can align this to another property. Remember when the Vision said, our presence invites challenge. The vision was like, look, just the fact
That's
that
right.
we're here invites challenge, because there's people going to say, you ain't all that. The vision ain't that strong. I bet you Captain America ain't as strong as he think he is. So, I mean, on one hand, if Miyagi-Do didn't exist, they'd probably just be a bunch of bullies that kind of like ran the school, but nobody would really stop them. They'd probably be suspended here and there, but no school-wide fight scene.
I
But
think
should someone allow that to happen? But then in the challenge, then you have a whole school-wide terror zone. You know?
I think that there still would have been some bullying from them, but I think to a degree they would have grown. It would have taken much longer, but I don't think they would have gotten anywhere near Johnny, especially the growth that he's had now, like with the Miyagi studio being there. I think a couple of those kids would have eventually started to question what they're doing because they do still have good hearts in them.
Yeah.
But Hawk, he definitely would have ran amok. He would have been, Hawk would have stayed on that path. His little clique that he would have got or whatever, they would have stayed on that path. But I think Miguel eventually would have come back around. I think a couple other kids would have came back around, but we definitely would not have had all the growth that we've had from Johnny without Daniel being there.
Yeah, absolutely. Because Miguel essentially is supposed to be this generation's Daniel, and he had a good heart. His thing was he was being bullied, and it gave him an outlet. It gave him some purpose. It gave him a father on top as well.
Yeah.
So I think that had I don't think he had that in him, and I think a lot of the things that where he did some bad things was him acting out because he couldn't handle his emotions of having this girlfriend who is the daughter of his sensei, his father figure's rival, and then having his sensei father figure's son trying to get at his girl. So it's a whole lot of insecurity, teenage hormones, and jealousy. But it wasn't driven. It wasn't malicious. It wasn't driven like, I guess, with the Cobra Kai's in the first film, where they were doing it because we some badass bullies, and this we can do it. Who gonna check me, boo? That type of thing.
Who gonna check me, boo? But yeah, so this and big shout out to Kibi. Yeah, Kibi 23. Definitely check out the show. Is definitely worth checking out. This is a show that I agree is one great example of how to carry on the mythology of a story. Getting everybody back. Small references.
Not everybody back.
Well, I mean, everyone who's able to come back.
No, I was talking about the tease at the end of the season finale. Yeah. So
with old girl. Yeah,
we'll
Allie.
see. Yeah, we'll see if Allie, if she comes back. But in a lot of cases, everybody's there. The nice references, even like he was like, "Yo, I'm gonna do this great, this great kind of like demonstration. I got the blocks of ice, and then we don't get to see it because it kind of gets outshined." So there's all these small little things where we're like always kind of reaching back and showing small things without saying, "See, guys, did you see it?" Is doing it in a very natural and organic way where this is definitely what I would consider
introspective, make you think about it for sure.
That I would consider it a sleeper hit. Definitely a sleeper hit that nobody. At first, I thought it was a joke. And
Wait, what?
I was like, Cobra Kai, come on. And then when I watched it, I was like, yo,
it looks
they know what they're doing.
comedic. The trailer looks hilarious. Like, it doesn't look serious at all.
Yeah, the trailer looked like
turns out to be this amazing show. Yeah.
Now, with that being said, now that Netflix has picked it up, and we all know the bank that Netflix has, I'm thinking, do they write that check for Elizabeth Shue if she's interested? And I've been looking on Twitter and looking at some other message board, someone I'm gonna butcher their names. Good Lord. Oh my God, Sato's nephew. I can't think of his first name. They want him to come if he's still able to act and interested, as well as Kamiko, Danny's girlfriend.
Man.
And lastly, well, if Kreese is back and he still ain't ish, they want Terry Silver to come back. The guy.
Oh snap!
Yeah,
all those people are going to come
with the
back.
greasy slick back hair. Yeah,
Yeah.
All those people are going to come back, and they are not going to have to write big checks for that. They ain't doing nothing else. All right.
well,
He said they
Elizabeth
ain't
Shue,
doing
you
nothing
might have to write a check for, but
yeah,
Yeah,
but the
yeah.
other
like
ones,
that.
absolutely, yeah.
But it's interesting how, because they did drop those seeds about possible trip to Japan or whatever. You know, they did kind of drop seeds about that, and we'll see how that rolls. But you know, you never know who they could pull on now that the show is not only successful, but you see that it's
Has a
handled
huge
in a way
following.
where they genuinely are, you know, working to make a show that is kind of like respectful of what's come before. And let's see, real quick on the
Definitely.
chat. Vivi said, I like how the show explores father-son relationships. Yeah. And, you know, kind of how we can pass things on without even trying. Like, because, you know, Johnny was like, I'm going to start Cobra Kai, and I'm going to do it the right way. And even his boys, when his friend was, you know, critical condition and about to pass, they were like, why would you do that?
Mhm.
Because even just the energy around Cobra Kai, come on,
Yeah.
man. It's like, yo, people have long memories, and why would you do that? And then, of course, him saying, well, you know, it wasn't all bad. You know, we can change this thing. And seeing how, even with your best efforts, seeing how kind of like the worst of you can still fall into the next generation, especially if you're not careful around how well you guard, you know, your kids and the influences that may come in their lives, aka Kreese. So it's just interesting how that played out and how it's playing out. And then on Danny's side of trying to figure out, okay, Miyagi was, you know, such a great teacher. You know, I want to be like him. You know, I want to teach, and I want to do, and just finding out like, all right, I'm trying to teach them the right way, but each one doesn't learn the same, and trying to like learn what works. Especially, was it Dimitri? Who's the kid that's like he needs some help? Oh, I can't remember his name.
The
I want to say it's
cynical white
Dimitri.
kid, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And he needs some nudging on. But even
No
he gets
doubt.
to a point where he starts to believe in himself, and he starts to become a little more sure of it. So it's like you see these two men trying to do better for the you know, the generation coming after them in their own way, and you know, kind of succeeding and failing during their, and it's just interesting. It's very good storytelling. It's like, it's just awesome, like for real. It shouts
Yeah.
to E equals MCU saying they better write that check.
Yeah. Shoot. I would love to see all the legacy characters come back and just play good roles. You know what I'm saying? Like, because just think like if maybe Johnny and what's her name was really meant to be together, right? And then like that's why she texted him back, and you know that never happened with Daniel. So I'd be kind of interested to see like what they do with that too, and anybody else they decide to bring back.
And I'm gonna tell you about that chemical boy. Look, don't bring that chemical around. Look, hey, look, I'm gonna tell you like this. I got a happy home. All right. I don't need no problems. Stay your butt in Japan. All right. I got a happy home. I don't need this. I'm fine. I don't need you coming around here. No.
Bring it.
He
I
said,
want
"Bring
the
it."
drama. I want
Yeah,
the
let's do
drama.
Oh, we almost forgot Mike Barnes. That's the guy from number 3 that
Oh
I was
yeah,
thinking of.
yeah. When kind of like
I'm kind of cool on that one.
Yeah.
Unless it's a really good story, but right now I'm not feeling that. Terry Silver, yes. Mike Barnes, I'm cool.
He's like, I'm cool.
What do you think? What if they brought like Hilary Swank's character and then maybe even Jaden Smith into it at some point in time in the future?
You know what? Well as they're handling the story, I'm actually not really mad at it. I think they'll figure out a way to do it in a way that's natural and not just like stunt casting. You know what I'm saying? So like
Absolutely.
after 2 solid seasons, I trust this, I trust this crew unless we find out next week that like new showrunner, everyone from before has been fired, and it's like, uh-oh.
They better not. But the question is,
they better not.
The question is, what do you think is going to happen next? Because I believe Johnny and Daniel are going to link up. Yep. They're going to make a new dojo to go against old boy. They're going to finally put that dude to rest.
Yeah, matter of fact, let's end on that. What do we think is going to happen next? I
think so too, yeah.
What do we think is going to happen next that, in season 3? Because I think I agree with Mike Watson.
Miguel's going. I agree with Mike too. I think Miguel's going to heal up. No, I was just saying I agree with both of you, and I think that Danny's going to see that it's not the essence of Cobra Kai is really Kreese, and it's not Johnny. Is not a bad person, and they're gonna link. They're gonna create like a super dojo, and they're gonna have all of like their top people, and it's gonna be like this really dope mixture of the different styles and methodologies in one, and they're gonna have to beat Kreese and whoever the real villains of the story are.
Yeah, old girl that we got in the last season, she's definitely a villain. She's with them. Hawk's with them. They're gonna make a new Cobra Kai Galactic Empire, and it's gonna take Johnny and Daniel and their students, and like the Miguel, he's definitely about to. It's gonna take a few episodes, but he's definitely gonna call his mom out. Like, it sucks what happened to me, but I am a much stronger person because of this dojo and what I've been through.
Yeah, and go ahead, Anthony.
No, well, for me personally, I do not want. If there is the Johnny Daniel team up, I don't want it to be permanent because I really want this series to be about Johnny. That's why the first season I liked it, but there were parts that I didn't like because I felt like I don't want to feel sympathy for Daniel LaRussa. I wanted it to be Johnny's redemption story. As is weird. That's I really wanted it to be focused on him.
About Johnny.
Yeah, and I'm not saying Daniel has to be the villain, but I don't need two protagonists. I'm not saying need. I don't want two protagonists. I wanted Johnny to be the person I'm rooting for, and Daniel to get his ish together and get over his trigger, his trauma from the past. Moving forward, what I see is I do see Kreese bringing in Terry Silver. I see that one happen. I see them that you can't tease us with Ali and don't deliver that. You can't. You got to deliver on that. Ideally, Elizabeth Shue, but if you got to have a substitute, fine, I'll take it. And I want to see where that's going to go. But ultimately, I do want to see Johnny end up with Miguel's mom. I understand that the action part, but it's the emotional story, love life thing.
I think they're good for each other too. I think they're good for each other.
And I kind of want to see, and you guys
will get balances them out.
And y'all gonna laugh at this, but I kind of want to see Danny. If they bring Ali back, I want to see Daniel get at Ali like, you really left me for the dude in college and messed up my car. I want to see that played out. Now that's something he should still not get over. Like, shit, you were my first girlfriend. I let you drive my ride and you crashed it and then said, oh yeah, I'm out. I'm going with the college dude. Nah.
Yeah, man.
But I would like to say, I think it's possible for Johnny and Daniel to team up and it still be Johnny's story. I think that relationship being fixed is part of Johnny's story. Like, I've never thought for one instance while watching these 2 seasons that this isn't Johnny's story.
Yeah. It's definitely Johnny's story first, then Daniel, then kind of like themes of fatherhood, then kind of like further behind that, kind of like the kids, and Johnny's definitely more of the star of the show. I'd say, but with you, Mike just gave me a revelation that I forgot that I had watching the show. When Miyagi-Do got going, I was like, and I'm not gonna go too far on it, but I was like, you know what? Seeing Cobra Kai training and Miyagi-Do training, this is what I wanted from episode 8, and seeing the difference in training between the dark and the light side. I didn't get it, but this is what I wanted to see. I was like, we see kind of like the more focusing on yourself, focusing inward, all that stuff. And then you see on the other side, it's like hurt, pain. What's your prediction for this fight? Pain.
No doubt.
Oh, man. So with that said, before we get out of here, I want to say shout out to everybody in the chat. Had Jenna James, E=MCU, VV, Kibi23, had Cameron Watson come through, Hitflix. Let's see who else. I think we might have had some, like, we had Most Epic stop through for a second. Alan Lewis, if he's still in there somewhere. Shouts out to all y'all that came through. Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up. Before we get out of here, we're going to go around the horn. Down in the bottom square now, because they switched up spots at the bottom square. TJ Sterling, tell them where they can find you, find your books, find all that good stuff.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I again had a great time being on the show with everyone, so thank you for having me on. Super easy to find me, RayComics.com, RAE Comics.com, on Twitter @RayComics, on Instagram @RayComics, and if you're on Facebook, just search TJ Sterling. I'll pop right up, and I'd love for you guys to check out my books. Alchemist, we just had a great Kickstarter. We closed out pretty strong this morning, so definitely jump on and check it out, and continue to watch Cobra Kai.
Yeah, because it's that hotness. Diagonal square. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Video game aficionado. Insider, if you will. Anthony Kennedy, say what's up.
Oh, okay. I was like, who is it? Me? Okay. You can find me on Twitter and Facebook at AntPoo, as well as at podcastjuice.net. We we record a number of different Prince podcasts. We just did one a few weeks ago. What if Purple Rain didn't happen? You'd be amazed at how it changes things up. So yeah, look over there for some of the best Prince content that's anywhere on the internet.
Yeah, what up? And over here, you know him from Hot Shot, you know him from Vigilance, Vigilance might be my favorite female hero right now.
That's what's up.
Vigilance is dope, man. I like Vigilance a lot. I do. I like Vigilance a lot, but so
you're gonna like the new issue. You're gonna like the new issue a lot.
Freestyle Comics, Mike Watson.
Real easy. I've discovered this thing called branding. So you can catch me on all my networks as Most Epic Art on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, and whatever else. Most Epic Art all across the board. If you want to check out my comics, you can get them through my publisher, shortfusemediagroup.com. I've got tons of them. Hotshot, Vigilance, Heroes International, Emerald Quest, Cypher, Zero Vent, which will be dropping real soon, and that Hotshot trade is coming ASAP.
Word up. So, with that said, guys, NERDSoul, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. YouTube's the main spot. Hit that thumbs up if you like what you see, and hit that thumbs down. But if you hit that thumbs down, I'm going to send Crease after you, and you don't want that. It's going to be chops and everything. And podcasts if you rather listen than look. And if you don't want to look and or listen, open up a tab, help a brother out. You ain't doing nothing no way. And you sitting at home, you ain't doing nothing. Why don't you go to college? So then Spotify for that music, but don't sleep. Your boy is dropping heat every day. So from us to you, we thank you for watching. I'm going to leave y'all with Arcatron, ARCKATRON, the Space Bridge, in stores right now. Much love to Jenna James. You are dope. Blue Beetle is dope, and you know I'm down with Miguel being Blue Beetle any day. So from us to you, check out the Space Bridge from your boy Architron. And until next time, this is us just saying peace. Peace, peace. We out, y'all. All right, yeah.